Welcome back to the Soul Food Podcast. I'm Michael Vukelic.
And I'm Jeannette Meier. Together we share insights and conversations to help you cultivate joy, peace, and prosperity while unlocking your limitless potential.
Yes, get ready for a transformative journey filled with laughter, strategies, and lively discussions that will inspire you to thrive in every area of your life.
Hello, Michael.
Hello, Jeannette. Jeannette.
So nice to have you here, to see you again, always.
Yep, very nice to see you too. I agree. And I look forward to whatever comes up today.
Mm-hmm.
We've already been talking for about 30 minutes, which which is amazing. We've covered many subjects.
Yes, yes, many
And
subjects.
so now it's like, all right, what do we want to do to really support our listeners, right? Um, we started to talk about the expanding professionals and you are loved, and we're looking at changing the whole tagline, which should be really good, I think. I think that'd be really great. Um, because people who are willing to expand, willing to look at themselves and um, expand into a greater potential for themselves, it changes their whole life.
Yes, yes. And whoever is committed to expand, is committed to grow, is committed to learn from everything that happens in their lives, no? And I believe, and I know you also, is that we come here for to really grow into who we are and to who we already are, which many times we don't know, which many times we have forgotten. And
Yes,
it's just about remembering who we really are. And for that, we need to expand, because expansion is going into oneness, into that which we are.
absolutely. Absolutely. And an interesting thing just came up while you were speaking there. What if, because we don't remember who we are,
Mm,
right?
mm,
What I've been taught as a hypnotherapist is
mhm.
our unconscious mind remembers what we've experienced and we've had past lives. Myself, I tend to believe that because we're constantly, our soul just wants to expand. Our soul just wants to, okay, what else can I know? What else can I learn? What else can I experience, right? This is a
Mhm.
beautiful adventure. Let's go, That's your soul. It wants that, right? So coming from a past life, there's many things that happened in a past life that you continually want to expand. I mean, the soul wants to expand. And I believe that's why we come back here. But we're not able to remember it.
No.
So so we start all over. So it's like if you were a master in your last life, well, you're going to start all over again.
Yes. Yes, I think we for sure we have accumulated, no, all this experience and all this, and that's why we are not coming as the last time,
Right?
something different, a little bit,
Right?
but we have forgotten it. We have it inside, we know it, we are powerful, we are limitless, we have everything inside and also all the experience, but we have
Right?
forgotten that. And it's the idea is really to open our heart and to go back in and to remember everything that we are.
Yes, absolutely. And it makes sense then that we choose our greatest lessons
Mm-hmm.
in this life, right? Before
Mm-hmm.
we come here,
Yeah.
our soul chooses, okay, what are the major lessons? What do I really want to experience by going back to the physical? I mean, um, and So yes, you get here in the physical, you don't remember what you've been through, but you've already chosen some of the major issues, challenges, experiences, could be all love, whatever. Um, you've chose what you really want to experience or your major experiences. There'll be many in this life. So,
Mhm.
do
Yeah,
you agree with that?
I
Or
agree with that. But I
Mhm.
have myself, I have a belief.
Okay, good.
I agree with that, but I have the belief that it's not for us to continue returning. It's for us to awaken to
Yes,
who we really are once and for all.
I totally agree. This came to my mind as I was speaking. After we have evolved to, I mean, okay, some people may take offense at this, but after we have evolved to this highest consciousness, to
Mhm.
unconditional love, to embrace our real power, who we really are, after we've evolved to the place of Buddhas and Jesus. I mean, when we can actually evolve to this place, we can raise our consciousness to that place. We have the freedom so that we don't have to come back.
Mhm.
It's like you're free to choose. This is what I think. You're free to choose whether you come back into this life or not, into the physical or not. You've learned what you need to learn. You've evolved to the place of freedom.
Mhm.
Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that we are what I it's a no, it could be a knowing or not. What I believe
Okay.
that
Okay.
it's for me something very, very in my day to day is yes, since we are limitless potential, we are
Yes.
Buddha, we are Jesus, we're everything. We have the capacity they had if we awaken when we awaken. And for
Yes.
me, when you are awakened, you are breaking a barrier that it's not necessarily dying and going and choosing to come back or not. It's really being who you are here.
Okay.
So
Sure.
maybe living many more years, I don't know. But because the mind cannot, I cannot see it. But it's a feeling I
Right.
have that it's this breaking of the barrier of this limitless potential that we have within that we are, and for us to live in this lifetime or the lifetime you are, you have broken this barrier, and so you are who you are, and things change.
Yes.
It's I know it's crazy, it feels crazy,
No, no, no,
especially
no.
when
You know
people
what?
aren't so spiritual, but yes, it's a belief I have. We are so limitless
Yes.
that can we can um, be it here.
Yes. We can. We
Mm-hmm.
can be anything we wish here. And, this is again some of my master's teachings, right? That once we break that barrier
Mm-hmm.
using your words, because these are all just words and they mean
Yeah,
something different to
yeah.
everyone else's
Perception.
psyche, right?
Yeah.
Right. Care or, personality, however you want to put that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Once we break that barrier, we have that freedom. I
Yeah.
mean, we attain that limitless potential.
Mm-hmm.
Um, some people have said, well, I think this is how you become a master. I think this is how there's a lot of different ideas about that. Personally, I think you have attained the freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Because previous to that, you're in a karmic wheel. You're in a karmic cycle. Okay. You haven't attained that barrier or broke that barrier. You're not attaining that infinite potential.
Mm-hmm.
So the mind is still telling you, and the soul you have something to complete. You left something unfinished. You need to learn more about this or that or whatever. And here you are, right back again, right? But once you attain that limitless potential, once you attain that, break that barrier,
Mm.
then you're open. And I believe it really has to do with learning what encompasses your wounds and putting them all behind you and finding that unconditional love. I mean, when
Mhm.
you walk through the world really understanding your power, walking in unconditional love, letting, even things that come at you just drop. It's amazing. It's an amazing feeling. I mean,
Yes, yes, yes.
I
It's
mean, I
yes.
think we're saying nearly the same
Next time
thing.
we're saying the same thing because I always say that our purpose is to be in freedom to be who we are and create what we love. That's our
Yes.
purpose. Not
Yeah.
not that not a specific doing thing. No, in general, it's really be free to be who you are and create what you love. And that's the breaking this barrier and be in freedom. Because when you are who you are unconditional love.
Yes.
And
For
from there,
yourself
for
and for the
yourself
world.
and for
Yeah.
everyone, you are in the oneness and you connect with everything and everyone. So
Yes.
you become this master, self master. You become the self leader. You become for you and for everyone else because you see everything is connected.
It's a beautiful thing, right?
That's a magical,
And
beautiful thing.
I don't know if you've experienced this, but
Hmm.
I have.
Hmm.
From my past, I had all kinds of ideas about, oh, what if I really share all this information? What if I actually stood up and spoke and let people all hear this? I mean, because, you've had so much kickback all
Yes.
your life,
Yes.
right? Now oh, can I stand up and actually say this to people?
Yes.
Can I do it and have fun? Yes.
Yes.
I do it and really enjoy myself and be fulfilled? Heck yeah. Yes, you
Mhm.
can. Yes,
Yes,
you
you
can.
can. Yes, you can. Because when you are more in freedom to be who you are, when
Yeah.
you are in freedom, you don't mind, again, the mind. So you don't mind what others will say because you are loving them, valuing them, respecting them through your love, value, and respect. So you know you're not hurting them. And if
Right.
they don't see it, if they don't understand it in that moment, it's a respect and value towards them. So they might get, because it has happened to us, no? They might get critical or judging towards you, but you understand that that it's where they are,
You're
and
right.
it's okay. It's totally okay, no? Because we love them, we value them, we respect them. Because once you experience this, there's no way back. You have felt it and you know it.
Right. That's right. Even if you want to go back,
Mm-mm.
it's wow, what was that old movie? Like The Matrix.
Mhm.
I don't know. It
Yeah.
was something, that was made up a long time ago, but when he stepped into when he stepped into this wisdom, there's no going back.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No. And then it's when it's healing wisdom. And it
Yes,
is when you are expanding, you continue expanding, and you love expanding. It's in your purpose, it's expansion
yes, yes,
because that's growth and that's development into who you are, into the freedom to be who you are and create what you love.
right. And eh, again, I so agree with you. Absolutely. It's for me my most difficult challenge in this life was I'm supposed to speak about
Mhm.
traumatic experiences and how I
Mhm.
overcame them and how did I how did I transcend this this belief system that I
Mm-hmm.
had, these all these generational patterns that were handed down to me, right? And now do I hand them down to my children by acting the same way, by doing the same things, by believing and taking in this wisdom that's been passed along, or do I change? And um, it's it was difficult to stand up and say no, no more. And I have guides, angels. They're absolutely beautiful. I mean, the messages that come to me are so amazing that it creates emotions in me. I mean, I've been there since they were a child. Since I was a child, this has happened. Okay. But when you're asking me to share those things and tell a story, a
Mm-hmm.
little boy standing there in front of his father, having this, it's like, you really want me to go back there? Yeah. And then we want you to tell him how you healed it. How did you do
Mm-hmm.
it? How did you do this? Because this is what's important. This is what the world needs to know.
Yes.
Every one of these experiences um, needs to be healed
Mm-hmm.
if we're going to change how we experience life. So,
Yes. Yes.
um,
Yes. Yes. 100%. I agree with you.
but that was a challenge. It's like, no, no, I don't want to. I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, because it makes you go back, but you have healed it.
Yes,
So it's more
yes,
a story
it
because
is.
it's
It's a
already
story.
it's gone. No, it's a story with an experience, with an inspiration and empowerment and a
Yes,
support to others for them to also overcome what you have overcome.
absolutely. Yep. And you have to realize that this is all created through the mind, as we
Hmm.
as we discussed, right? I mean, it's all created through the mind. I mean, his pattern that he how he treats
Yeah.
his children
Yeah.
was how he was treated. And
Hmm.
this is all something his mind believes, okay? That he either thought, well, this is the best way to teach the children, or,
Hmm.
this is the way I was treated, and this is the
Yeah.
way,
You didn't know.
whatever it was, right?
Hmm.
But it's something the mind believes and it passes it along. So keeps you on this. I believe there is a karmic wheel, and that it's called life. And the more you keep re-engaging in that karmic wheel, you're not going to reach that infinite potential.
Yeah. And you
So,
engage in this karmic wheel when you don't look inside, because
right.
you're looking outside. So you live by the outside, what has been shown to you. You don't even double check or think if it's okay or not. You just do it because you live in the outside world. You live, no, with the triggers and with everything that happens around, but not knowing how it affects you and why it affects you as it affects you, and that you can change it. You
Hmm.
can turn it around and stop it.
Right. Absolutely. And that validation that you mentioned, that's a that's a big one with me because one of the ways society teaches you to heal is to validate,
Hmm.
how you feel. And when you've had an experience, whether it was, any type of challenging experience, okay, that had you feel something, that had the mind believe something, okay, that sticks with you. Um, you're looking, there's a flaw here that you perceive a flaw, right? It's a doubt. Something inside of you says doubt this, okay? So you're looking for validation out there all the time. You're looking for someone to validate how good you are, how loved you are, how, you know, whatever the validation is
Yes.
that you need, all right? Um, and I disagree. I think it is more about, just as you said, learning about your own mind and learning to put that away. I mean, it's not really something that needs to be validated. It's just something the mind erroneously believes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So traumatic events will have you, or any challenging events will have you seeking validation. And I see it in a lot of the posts, and it's just not, I don't think that's the way to heal.
Yeah. No, no, because it's external.
Right.
It's not you, no?
You're validating uh, erroneous belief about yourself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, from someone else, not yours.
Right.
At the end, it's
Right.
what comes from the outside. It's not for you to take in what the other one has, the perception of the other one. They're walking other shoes. They're not walking yours. So
Right.
it's you to validate yourself because
Right.
you are the one walking your shoes.
Absolutely. It comes from a place of more, it comes from self-love. It comes from
Mm,
a place of really loving yourself for exactly who you are. Um, and I just, the whole validation thing, I don't, if you want to validate something, validate your magnificence, validate
mm-hmm,
that you are an infinite being, validate that you are here having a beautiful experience to learn and grow.
mm-hmm. Yes, yes,
Hmm. And that's more my way of looking at it. But
yes, yes. Don't look into. Don't judge yourself. Don't look into all those things that the reality come from the outside. You're judging yourself because you're comparing yourself to certain things, or because you are looking into the past and thinking how it should have been. So there's so many things that no, it's validation. You did it the best way you could. Um, you are such a beautiful being now, so enjoy
yes,
it now. Don't compare yourself because you're totally different. You're totally you. And that's it. No one else is like you.
right. You're totally you, and you are extremely powerful. You're
Mm-hmm.
extremely gifted. You're extremely talented. So trying to receive validation from someone else that you are totally gifted and talented, this is something we need to learn inside.
Yes.
Absolutely. When we absolutely know that we are this amazing being and we can overcome any challenge that's been placed in our way. In fact, you know, we wanted that challenge. We wanted to grow through that challenge. So there it is. And now we can get past it and we can become everything we need. And I don't need to be validated of how amazing I
Mm-hmm.
am. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even talk about, when I say I am, I'm talking about the expanse of everything connected to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a personality thing,
No, yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, 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 not at all. But one thing comes into my mind, and I would like to ask you,
Sure.
what are your experience? And because it's what I see now around me, um, people are not used when I ask them to say a skill they have, a talent, a gift. They just turn they just turn I was going to say red. No, they are embarrassed to look inside and say something good about them.
Yeah.
No, so there's really I don't know if it's the education, I don't know what it is that breaks the looking inside and acknowledge your value. So how do they break that mold? How do they break that pattern? How do they, because I ask them and I try to figure out and I say it, I tell them what is good, which are the skills, the gifts, and they get embarrassed and they still are not able to say, yes, I have it. No.
Yes.
And looking inside is like there's a barrier to look inside that it's really not for them to say how worthy they are, because maybe something in society has blocked them to say, I'm worthy. because they are being told, how can you say that? Who are you? No?
Right, right. That's right. Uh, um, I know that most families,
Mm-hmm.
as we grow up, we're not taught to uh, espouse our gifts. You
Mm-hmm.
know
Yeah.
how how amazing we are, and many, many, many of us are never told
Mm-hmm.
that you're amazing, or hey, I love how you do this or how you do that, or maybe you should look into expanding this gift you have, or are you aware you have this gift? How many parents can do that when the parent can't do it for themselves?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Yeah.
there's many ways this gets blocked. Okay. And later on in life, that no one's used to talking about themselves that
Mm-hmm.
way. And I mean, when you access when you're coming from your divine self, you're not coming from a selfish, egotistical, hey, I'm great thing, right? It's a different thing. So when you're coming from the ego's been taught not to speak this way, and this is why self-love is rare.
Mm-hmm.
Many people don't really embrace self-love to the capacity they can,
Yeah.
and they're not used to talking about themselves in a
Yeah.
very positive way. Okay, so and even I mean, I know that I've said some things, and for a second, a millisecond there, it will come up, this little doubt. It's like, okay, should you be saying that?
Mm.
Yes, you should say that.
Yes.
Yes. This is your gift. This is your and this is God given. This is something to use to support the world. So yeah, I would think it's really all in our ego. It's in our upbringing. I mean, our parents never, how many, I mean, did I ever hear my parents talk about how wonderful they are? Or,
Mm. Mm-hmm.
did
True.
they actually really tell me how wonderful I am?
Mm.
And that it's okay to say that. So we've been taught differently. This is what I believe. I mean, I think it's all an ego perspective, really.
Yeah. Yeah. And then because
What
we've
do you think?
no,
What
no,
do you
I think we've been taught differently. We've been taught not to say those things because they sound selfish, the sense, but it's a blockage in the growth, in our purpose to be in freedom to be who we are and create what we love at the end. It's blocking us to do that wrongly because it's not true. And when we say the things we're not being selfish, we're not being egoistical, we are really acknowledging something that we are and that we see in others.
Right, right. Um, and I think it's a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
There is a difference though between coming from your ego and saying that and coming from your heart, or you
Yeah,
can
you're
call it your
being.
heart, you can call it your divine being, you can call it your soul, your inner being, your inner light. Okay, when you speak this way from your inner light, it's not selfish, it's not conceited, it's not self-directed.
No.
Right? There's a difference when it's from the
Yeah.
ego.
Yeah, in
You're
class you say it differently. I am like this, stop it, or
right.
something like that with the ego. But the other one is humility is behind.
Yes, absolutely. And I've seen different trainings out there to bolster your ego.
Mm,
Many trainers, you know, and I'm not going to go into this, but they'll go into all the ways you can, jump
mm,
down and be strong and powerful, and
yeah, through the
can
ego.
I
Yeah.
can I can do anything, right? That's ego thing.
Yeah, that's
That's
ego.
ego. That's a different thing. So I think to become really powerful, I mean, how powerful are you? And this, may resonate with you or not. How powerful are you when you can stand in front of someone who is, upset, angry, putting you down, whatever it is. Okay, they're having a bad time and they're really attacking to some degree, and you don't react. You just see them with love
Mm-hmm.
and let that drop. And as soon as you know, as soon as you give this energy to them, it's helping them tremendously. It's supporting them tremendously, but you're not taking it in. So
Mm-hmm.
how beautiful is it that you're standing in that power, that beautiful light, and not letting it affect you, and then you're upset, and then you upset the next person and the next
Yes.
person, but you don't react. You don't
Mm-hmm.
react. You stay in this beautiful place. I think there's a lot of power there, and I think when you just go on with your day and let that beauty shine through you, you just welcome the next beautiful experience. So
Mm-hmm.
um, to react just brings you all into this nasty place. I mean,
Yeah.
you lose your power once
Yeah.
you once you get angry. So
Yes. You lose the power and you get into the wheel.
right.
Into the wheel of because you were saying no, it's a chain, but at the end it's a wheel because it's angriness, and there's no. You have to change your mindset and come out of it and really be love, which is
Yes.
very difficult, but it's very powerful.
Yes.
And once you have experienced this change and how you're affecting others through this beingness in that moment, again, everything changes, and you will next
It
time
does.
you will do it again because you know how powerful you are. And not it's because I am powerful as Jeannette, it's because I'm powerful with who I am, which you also are. And everyone is.
Right. Right. We all have it. We all
Mm-hmm.
have it. Right. Right. So yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
think that's the key.
Yes, yes. Well, we're learning,
One of the keys.
we're expanding.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, so I mean, so I think you're much more powerful when you don't react, or when I was going to grab my book. I don't know where it is. I had something to read really quick. It's
Mm-hmm.
um there's so many beautiful things. Maybe next time.
Mm-hmm. We will.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Michael. It's been very beautiful.
Yes, it has. Absolutely. I thoroughly enjoy it every time. So,
Yes, expansion.
yes, that's our word for today. Expansion.
Yes,
Expansion.
expansion. Yes,
Yes, I love it. I do.
yes, me too.
Thank you,
Bye
Jeanette.
bye. Until next time.
Okay. Have a great week.
Thank you. Okay.